Hello, today I'm going to be doing a cleaning of the fans on the ASUS TUF F15, and I'm going to show you guys how to upgrade the second slot SSD. So I'm going to start by closing this, flipping it over. This is the TUF 506HM model, has the i7-3060 16 gigs RAM. Originally it has a 512 gigabyte SSD. I'm going to be using the iFixit Essential Electronics Toolkit with the number 2 Phillips. Let me set that over here. This is the SSD I installed last week. Even though it's installed while I have it open, I will show you guys how I did it. So, I'll start by removing these screws all along the ledge. The Essential Toolkit comes with the organizer here, so you know what goes where. This bolt over here, it has a little washer at the end of it, so whenever you remove it, you just loosen it until you hear a little click, and that'll be the washer loosening the, so just like that, and it just stays in there. It stays with the bottom of the case. And there should be one more right here. Okay, so I think I got them all around the edges. So I'm just going to use one of these little priers, and I'm going to work my way all around the edge, gently prying it. Try to avoid using anything metal when you're prying this up, as you can damage the plastic case. That's why I'm using a plastic prier. So you just want to get all the clips around the stuff like that. So now that we pried all the corners and all that off, we got it loose and free. So we're just going to remove the cover here. This is a bigger battery. Right over here. The speakers, the factory SSD. The fan's a little dirty. They could use a little dusting. Clean that out. And your second SSD slot will be right over here. So this will be empty. I had already installed it last week, but I will show you guys just how I did that. This is the box right here for the SSD. It was a 1TB Samsung 980 Pro PCIe Gen 4 NVMe M2. Okay, so I'm gonna give these little fans a little dusting. I got a air duster right over here that I'll be using. It's important whenever you're using these to keep them standing up straight if you can. Otherwise, they'll spray a bunch of stuff on your computer. Okay, before we go doing anything here, we're just gonna undo the battery here just to be 100% safe while we're cleaning and then doing the SSD upgrade. So you just gotta move the tabs out until it's free. And just lift it out of the way for now. So we'll reinstall that later when we're done our cleaning. So I just got a little toothbrush here, something nice and soft that I'm going to use to loosen up some of the hair and stuff off the fan shafts. And then I'll use the air duster to blow it away once it's all loose. This was just cleaned 2 weeks ago and it's already pretty dirty. You could remove these fans, but you'd have to remove all that and then re-thermal paste the CPU. So I'm just avoiding that for right now, as it still keeps pretty good temps. So I'm just going to pause this for a minute, and then I will clean these up. Okay, so I just finished cleaning the fans with the air duster here. Didn't get everything, but they're a little better than they were. Okay, now that that's all cleaned, we'll talk about the SSD install. So it'll be the same screw that you use to disassemble the case here, the Phillips 22. So this will be on super tight from the factory. So you'll want to loosen this, and then when you're inserting the chip, you'll want to insert it at a 45-degree angle and then push down, and then it should fall into the slot here. And then you want to tighten it snug. Then once that's done, you could allocate the drive and then format it, and then it should be working with Windows. There's lots of YouTube videos out there doing that. So now that everything's all cleaned out, one little quick test. Just make sure. If you guys have pets, you'll probably be finding yourself doing this a lot more. This ASUS likes to get a little warm whenever like it's really dusty. Reach between 91 Celsius and 91 gaming. So we're just going to want to reinsert the battery here. Now that we're all done. So gently just push the connectors in. This is all hard to do one-handed, so bear with me, guys. Okay, so we have everything ready here. Oh, by the way, this is where the factory RAM is. In here. The other one's right underneath this. Over here. So we'll start reassembly F15 TUF. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna blow this cover out real quick. All the fan shreds. Okay, so we're just going to seat it back on there, making sure all the clips and stuff line up. So once it's all lined up, you'll just push it back down. So just start pushing the clips in very carefully. Okay, so these are all snapped in, no clips are out of place. Just gotta verify that before we assemble this thing fully. Okay, so I think all is good here. Okay, so all the clips are in correctly all around the laptop. So we will start reassembly of the screws and all that around it. If you guys misplaced any screws, I will show you what goes where. So this is the screw that stays inside the case. So we'll start with the right beside it. Get the longer one for the middle here. Place that in there. I'm just gonna snug everything until all of them are in, and then I'll tighten it later on. And then we got the other bigger bolts. Their screw goes right in there. so just nice and snug for now. It doesn't have to be tight. I get the smaller bit. Goes right here on the side. Then we get the longer one that goes right here. And back here, get the longer screw. Screw back here too. Longer screw back here again. Side be a longer but shorter screw. Okay, right over here. Average side bolt. And then lastly, we got the middle one here. It's a semi-long screw. Okay, so we're just gonna verify everything's nice and snug. It's worth investing in a decent little toolkit if you're going to be doing this frequently, because it'll be so easy to strip these bolts if you're not careful. Definitely when doing the SSD upgrade, because that bolt is super tight from the factory. So everything's nice and snug here. So I would say that's a successful cleaning. I'm going to clean the keyboard a little bit. Clean the bottom of it, it kind of kicks up a lot of dust and stuff into the keyboard. So we're going to verify it works. Power it on. That would be a successful cleaning. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. Thank you guys. See ya.